Well, we
Boo.
right as we hopped in.
Yeah, Lukas fell off. So Lukas
And,
must be having internet problems yet again.
You were a black screen as well.
I know. It's this new thing with StreamYard, dude, that it's making it harder to connect to the iPhone for a webcam, which is ridiculous.
Oh, there he is. All right, now we're ready to go. I think.
I'll just be like this for now.
All right. So welcome everybody to the Howling Hour. So we got RJ with us. We got King Matthew with us. We have ATH Productions with us. So we're going to be talking a little bit about today and some other topics. It's not a really heavy horror news topic week, so we'll be talking about a few different things today. But how's everybody's week going? I haven't seen you guys, well, some of you guys, in about 2 weeks.
Busy working on a couple of projects. Had to break down some scripts, working on a couple of budgets, but staying productive. So that's a good thing. Staying
nice.
busy.
Yeah.
Nice. So I kind of want to tie this back to the Geekly. I think it was the second episode of the Geekly, because King Matthew just got home from seeing the new Masters of the Universe and he loved it. But I think you guys called it, right? Is it going to bomb?
Well, hey, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's going to bomb in the box office, but I think it's instantly going to become a fan favorite and cult classic.
Yes.
Streaming.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was good as someone who grew up on the cartoon and the comic books and the toys. It did it justice. Yes, it was cringe in some parts, but that was the beauty of it because it's an 80s cartoon. And that was the point. Yeah, that was the point. And like, hell, they even did the 80s
the laugh.
You know? So hey, it was great,
So
man. I had a ball with the movie. So.
I made the wrong choice in seeing movies this week. I saw Scary Movie 6 first, and that's what we're going to talk about.
All right, well, we'll talk about it, but let me chime in on this, man. I'm with Marcus. I think now that people love Masters of the Universe is all going to be, mouth, and I hopefully, for the second and third week it raises.
Yeah.
Because dude, it is, me, Dave. I'm hypercritical on films. I went lowball expectations. I'm talking about terrible expectations. And what they did in this movie, without spoiling anything, they, like Marcus said, they did the cringy stuff because it also did like our times, because he's very empathetic, he's very compassionate, and they're like, they didn't say it was a bad thing, but they were like, hey man, there's a time to talk and there's a time to fight, right? And they were talking about the masculinity stuff, which was great, and also finally he tries to talk no jutsu to Skeletor, and Skeletor's like, I'm a goddamn villain, dude. And he says it, and I love it. And I was like, finally, we have a villain that's a villain. No, oh, my poor back history or nothing. Like, dude, the memes, they put in memes that He-Man had. It was timed perfectly. It wasn't cringy. It was phenomenal. I wanted one thing out of this movie and one thing only. It's my favorite scene out of the entire movie, without spoiling it for the audience who didn't see it. But man, every 80s reference, the 2000s cartoon reference, the memes that were made, I'm telling you, it was phenomenal.
So He-Man did, I think, worldwide it did around 50 million, and Scary Movie 6.
A quarter of his budget.
Yeah. Marcus, you're a little low, so I don't know if you can adjust it on your side. I'll take a look real quick here. But Scary Movie, that did double the
Of course
amount.
it did. We called it.
Double the amount.
Yeah, we called it.
And
it came out 2 days ago.
Here we go. Like, I'm just look. So we got 420 Slayer, Scary Movie 6 was trash.
I'm hearing mixed reviews.
Saying you can't make Scary Movie like
mixed reviews too. Okay. I saw it.
Go ahead, Lukas. You kick it off.
I saw it yesterday. It's still very fresh. It's everything I expected from like a new scary movie, like by the Wayans Bros and whatnot. It's not anything that like appalled me. Like, this is awful. No, it's a scary movie. It does the job, and it actually is really funny in a lot of parts. We were chuckling really hard. theater and whatnot. But there was even people who were clapping when Anna Faris was on screen and whatnot. That was really cool.
Nostalgia,
And
Hmm?
yeah, well, there's just there's a lot of cool stuff in the movie. There's a lot of funny jokes in the movie. There's a lot of not so funny jokes in the movie. But it's the same thing with the very first Scary Movie. Like that was a gigantic mixed bag of spoof material.
If I did not see 5 days earlier the movie Breadwinner, which was a god awful comedy that came in at 1.5 stars of my letterbox, this could easily be 1.5 because Scary
No
Movie
way.
is trash.
No
It is
way.
absolute trash. The beginning is good. The beginning is very good because it opens up. It's spoofing Scream 7, the same exact opening. And every single parody that they threw in there, just to throw it in there, did not hit for me. It did not hit with the political jokes. It was just like all the funny shit was in the trailer. All the funny stuff was in the trailer. And I was like, this movie can't end fast enough. Like stuff was not adding up. Like they have parody, and there's no single thread of story that's really pulling you through. It's just parody. Let's make fun of this movie. Let's make fun of this movie. Let's make fun of this movie. Let's make fun of that movie. And then the ending is fucking fantastic. That's what sucks about this movie. The ending is so good because it's everything that we've said about the Scream movies that we wanted, and they give it to you in this ending. And they stick it to everybody in the ending, but it's not sticking it to like politicians and the woke things. They're sticking it to Hollywood with the ending. The ending is very good, and that's why it's not 1.5 for me. But this movie is trash.
Can I ask you something really quick?
Yeah.
Because I'm so
You broke
shocked,
Danny's
as you can see it,
broke his
dude.
heart.
Yeah, my heart is broken because Dave and I love Scary Movie, the originals, and so does Marcus, for being us old farts on the stream. So
I finally watched the first one.
no, there you go. So let me ask you this: do you think they did that no story in a meta way of making fun of Scream because the past couple of Screams were no story?
Maybe, but
I don't know.
after they got a good test screening, you know what these assholes did? They went and added new stuff to the movie after they got a positive test screening.
Oh my god!
Wait,
Why do you do that?
I have a question. As someone who hasn't seen the movie yet, how do you have this reaction for Scary Movie 6 when they did the exact same shit as they did for Scream 7, and you like that fucking movie? I
You didn't see it, so what are you talking about?
Where
Oh,
is
they do
this?
with
What are we
Scream
doing?
7. This is nothing like Scream 7. This
No,
is garbage.
Dave,
Garbage.
the reason
Scream
the
7 doesn't have really
reason-
much of a story, but that's why I said maybe it's a meta thing. Like maybe like some people didn't get it. Maybe it's a meta thing making fun of Scream 7 because Scream 7 didn't really have a dope story. It was just this.
All the jokes fell flat, man. All the jokes,
Oh
all
my
the
God,
woke
that
jokes
kills
fell
me.
flat. All the shots at politicians fell
Oh,
flat.
that hurts.
All the stuff, like
I don't
in
know.
the
I think
trailer,
there was
you-
some pretty clever jokes in there.
I
There's
told
some pretty
Noah
funny stuff.
today. I told Noah today. It's like this is a good movie that Lucas is gonna like. And knowing
Yeah,
Danny, once
it's
Danny
ridiculous
watches this
and it's
movie,
stupid.
Danny's gonna hate this movie. Danny is
Listen.
going to just annihilate this movie,
Dude.
It's a spoof movie. It's supposed to be everything. It's supposed to be making fun of
No.
everything.
You
within the
still
Then
genre
like
and the
Superman,
film.
bro.
Then
Like
make
I
it
can't
deliberate.
with you, bro. You like Superman still, so I can't.
So,
I just can't with you. So
Can y'all hear me
Naked
now?
Gun
Is my
was
mic
a
working?
good
Yeah.
spoof movie.
Yeah,
And
Marcus,
but
we can
that
hear you.
even had slow parts. This movie, majority of it was slow.
Shit,
let me say
man.
this, Danny. I'm gonna be real with you, dude. I was
You saw it?
disappointed. Yeah, I saw it, and
Okay.
I was overall disappointed. Like
Oh.
Dave said, like it was just. At least the first one kept you engaged. The first two kept you
No.
engaged.
This
You know
one
what I mean?
doesn't.
This one doesn't keep you engaged.
Oh,
Based off of what Lucas said, yes, there are some funny moments, but a lot of the jokes they pulled their punches on a lot of the jokes. The lead actress that plays Anna Faris's daughter was annoying because she was trying too hard to like act like Anna Faris and like make facial expressions like Anna Faris and stuff.
oh.
Like she was doing too much,
That was one of the
and
funny
it
things
became
about
annoying.
I can't say anything. About
It became annoying as hell, like her doing it. Like the other girl that played Tuesday did a better
There's a
job.
reason
Like,
why they do that, and it's like it's
I know it's a
it's
reason,
hard-
but it
it's hard to
didn't. It
notice,
didn't play
but
well. It didn't play well for me.
when
And
we
it
talk
This
just
when we
breaks
hit
can
me
my
talk
heart.
hard too
spoilers,
hard,
I'll
man.
talk more about it.
Yeah.
Man,
This
we
breaks
just
my
we're
heart.
10 minutes in, and you're already breaking down Danny. This is
Yeah,
crazy.
dude, because dude, you don't understand. Like, Scary Movie has a soft place in my heart, man. And I'm telling you this right now, is that there's so many mixed reviews online, you know. So I'm like, all right, well, you know, maybe this is what happened when the original Scary Movies came out. Cool. But to hear you two, like me, that we're around the same age bracket, that we absolutely love the originals. And now you're telling me that you guys hate this one, and you're telling me that I'm gonna hate it, dude. I'm in like I can't. I'm in total shock and awe. I'm total shock and awe right now.
I walked into this. I watched one review before, and the review was bad, and it was from a
God.
person that I trust the review from. And
Oh,
then I
God.
saw on Facebook where they ranked the 6, and this was ranked number 4. I was like, can't be. But
No
like
way.
the beginning was good, and then it fell apart, and it didn't get good until the end. Like Marcus, the ending was really good. Like they nailed the ending.
Yeah.
Like they nailed the ending. And the ending is perfect. That's only reason why it gets like 2.5
They did
stars
with
from
the
me.
Scream
Because
franchise.
they
couldn't
nailed
do it.
that ending.
Like even the actress, and I love her as an actress. What's her name? The one that played Regina Hall's daughter. She's from The Walking Dead. You know, she was part of the. She's part of the Ocean crew. Whatever the Ocean Side, whatever that group was called. But she tried so hard. I don't know if it was like the Wayans' direction of telling her to be Keke Palmer. Like basically, she was Keke Palmer in this movie. Like the way she was acting, the way everything. It was like it just the movie did not work, man. I was like, oh fuck. Like, damn, I really wanted it to work, but it just didn't do. Like I was quiet the entire time. Like my date and I, we were quiet the entire time.
Exactly.
Oh,
I laughed. I already laughed during the trailer. So when I saw those scenes, I didn't laugh again. So there was no funny moments except for like the beginning and a little bit at the end.
Yeah.
I'm having an internal meltdown, dude. Like,
Here's
oh my God.
Here's how I will describe this movie. I think this may be the perfect review. This is watching a movie coming out of COVID that's about COVID. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see something like that. You're giving me something that I just came out of, and this is what I got in this movie.
Oh my gosh. So let me ask you this: since you guys hated it, if you were to, I know we probably do a ranking or whatever, but if you were to rank it right now, how bad is it versus the original 3 through on?
I put it third. Like for the Wayans, I definitely put it third. Like I put this above 3 through 5 because 3 through 5 was just like.
But that was bad.
Like even though I like Anthony Anderson was in it, and you know a couple of times Regina Hall, Anna Faris came back. They weren't as funny to me as the first two. So I definitely put this one above those, but it's definitely the last out of the Wayans.
Shit.
Yeah, Regina Hall just didn't see. She seemed like she phoned it in. Like the character was just way off.
Like even Sean's bit was like,
yeah.
They pushed it too much. I was like, all right, dude. Like,
did you understand what they were doing with her though? What movie they were spoofing with her character?
Yeah. Ma.
Okay.
Yeah, Ma and
oh boy. Oh man. That breaks my heart, man.
I've only seen the first one.
You can't see. Here's the thing, though. Like you can't change, even if you're spoofing Ma or you're spoofing the Meek's parents in the other movies, you're still drastically changing that character's aura because she was never like that before. Like she was always a badass in those movies, and now she's just like really complete opposite.
And then they gave her bit to her daughter, and I was like, and you know which bit I'm talking about on the train. I was like,
yeah,
that was just random. That was just random.
Yeah,
like oh.
Yep.
It was bad.
Yeah, that's gonna get Danny. Like Danny, I want you to watch this movie, so
I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it.
I want to hear you.
You're gonna make heel Danny come out, man. You're gonna make heel Danny come out on my literally some of my favorite comedians of all time. You're gonna make me.
Yep. There's RJ. I saw a scary movie on Sunday. Or Saturday.
Walking
I found
away.
a few jokes to be funny. The rest were dated jokes and nostalgia bait.
Yeah. Like they could have pushed this. They could have pushed this movie so much further, but they didn't. They pulled their punches.
I think it was too
many.
I think
they were testing it.
way too many parodies in this movie. Like, you didn't need the Get Out scene. It didn't make any sense in there. Just
Yeah,
pull
that
out
was
the whole
random.
Get Out scene.
Yeah, that
and
was
there was a
random.
few other movies. Just take out some of the stuff that they shoved in there. Like, there's a scene that they added after the test screenings that's based off of a Netflix movie that made no sense, and you can tell it didn't fit in there. And then the CGI that they had in there too, horrible. CGI was shit. I actually thought a couple scenes were AI in there too, the way they were animated. That's how bad the CGI was in this film. But let's move on. So before we get into our last few topics, because there's not a lot to cover, Crystal Lake.
Danny's left the room. Danny's
come
gone.
out. Yeah. So Linda Cardellini sat down for an interview, and she was going over some things about her character. So we're actually going to do a couple of little bit things a little bit different here. So we're going to actually toss up a banner right now, and we'll let people weigh in as we're going along. So this is the one that we're going to run right now. So does Pamela Voorhees deserve to have her own horror icon status alongside Jason?
As a fan of the comic series, yes. Pamela Voorhees was definitely a badass in the comics, and I hope that this show pulls a little bit of that from the comics to the show, because Pamela was just bad.
Oh, now I'm gonna leave because I just don't want to see this.
Yeah. Scary movie, joking in, joking out. Not funny is funny. I don't know, coming around. All I know is these pictures need to come up, and then they come down, and come up, and come down. Yeah.
All right, so Dan, we're talking about one of your favorites, Friday the 13th. So in the new TV series, Mrs. Voorhees is taking center stage, and as I was saying, Linda Cardellini has a couple of very interesting quotes here that I'm gonna pull up on the screen. So the first one is, so she's talking about, so it didn't work. Let me see here. Did I pull these in the right order? I did not pull these in the right order. So let's take a look at a picture. So this is the newest picture from the Friday the 13th series. Looks pretty interesting. She almost looks like a hero, right, in this. But here's some of her quotes. She is only in the movie for the last little bit, but she leaves the impression on the entire franchise. Yep. And she continues by going on to say that she's, I got that in there twice. I haven't seen that many female slashers like that. And to dive into who she might have been, I thought, well, that's something I've never done before. So I like these quotes that I'm hearing from her. It sounds like she's very committed to the part and making her more of an iconic status. So what are you guys thinking on this?
Well, I was gonna say, I think Pamela Voorhees is already iconic in the horror community, like because she nailed it on the head. She's only in it for the last few minutes of the film, and Betsy Palmer's performance specifically, like for me, like is amazing. Say what you will about the film. I know not everyone here is the biggest fan of it. Her performance is an amazing performance. Like, it's one of the best performances in the franchise, which, I mean, I know is not saying a lot because it's 80s slasher shit. But again, like she made that character iconic in the 10 minutes that she was in the movie.
I mean, Linda Cardellini is just an awesome actress anyway. So I think she's fully capable of doing something like taking what Betsy Palmer did and making it her own and making it even more iconic. She's just that good of an actress. So I kind of got faith in her, and I'm curious to see what they'll do. And again, as a fan of the comic book series, like, I'm hoping that they pull from it, man, because there was some good shit in the comics, you know, with Pamela. So especially between her and Elias, you know, Jason's dad. So yeah, I'm curious to see what they'll do.
Yeah, I just threw a poll up there. We're going to try something a little bit different on the show. So can Crystal Lake succeed without Jason as the main focus? So everybody can weigh in on that as we're going along there. But so Danny, what's your thoughts?
All I'm saying is that Jason Voorhees, with the mask, without the mask, in and out, he is the top, the cream of the crop. Mrs. Voorhees, Mama dearest, what are we talking about? It will not work. Never then, never now.
Okay.
All right. Lucas, what's your thoughts, Lucas?
I don't know why you guys ask me about these franchises. I don't know why you guys still ask me about Halloween and Friday the 13th and fucking. And
Well,
all,
so
and
we
all
get the less.
I know you
horror
want
fan perspective of
me
it.
to say something so you guys can all jump on me like dogs. You guys want me to say
like Linda
something and
Cardellini?
start attacking me immediately. I do love Linda Cardellini though, with such iconic roles as Hawkeye's wife and Velma from Scooby Doo. Yes, I don't know. I think she does a great job in anything she's in. I think it could go. It goes either way with these things. It really does. I've given up on giving predictions because I'm just like, unless it's something I really care about, I'll really weigh in on that. But this is like it could go anywhere.
If they were smart
in this movie, in this show, though, like, do we want to see that? Like, that's my concern. Like, with that picture they showed, like, I don't want to see her be some type of hero to these children. Like, personally,
who is Pamela Voorhees?
Well, based on that picture, like again, like that's a one picture, but or one still. But if she's out here, if she's out here protecting the kids, I don't think I'm down for that because I mean the kids were also part of the whole character development of Jason being pushed in the water. They're just as much responsible, and she's blaming them.
Well, this is before. This is showing her in the relationship with Elias. Where one, he was an alcoholic, two, he was abusive, and then that just slowly starts like decreping her mind. You know, she starts becoming vengeful. She starts going batshit crazy. If you ever read the comics, you'll see that trajectory. I see this. If they were smart, they would handle her the way they handled Norman's mom in Bates Motel. If they were smart, they would go that trajectory with with Norman's mom.
And this show takes place at 9 months after Jason drowns in the lake, right? So that's when this picks up. So this is right before she snaps and goes on the killing spree.
Yeah.
Well, now that Heel Danny's away, thank God. Here's the deal, man. I honestly don't think, because yes, she was great in Friday the 13th. She was. But the challenge is that what really put Friday the 13th on the map was Jason. And that's why Jason is the whole staple of Friday the 13th. To have a prequel to explain the shit that we already know, it has to be super well done in order to succeed. Because we already know that she snaps once Jason dies. Cool, man. You know what I mean? And that she's been on this spree. I don't need to see her like she's all nice and everything else before this, right? And then she snaps. I don't need to see any of that, man. I feel like that if it's not well done to pull us in, similar to like a Welcome to Derry. We all were scared of Welcome to Derry, and Welcome to Derry was absolutely phenomenal. It sucked us back in. I would even be, on the chopping block saying Welcome to Derry is probably better even the first two movies of It. Like they really did it very, very well. But if they don't do it on that level, it's not going to do well. I promise you it's not. It's not.
Is it an HBO show?
Melissa's got an interesting comment here. Make her more like Carol from The Walking Deadish, and I'd be down. I kind of got tired of Carol towards the end there.
So that's what happened again. Like I said, everything that went down with Elias kind of bled into everything that happened with Jason and Crystal Lake. And so, like, you see her descent. I'm telling you, the comics are good when it comes to Pamela's backstory. So that's why
comics are usually better.
Well, Marcus, yeah, I agree with you that the comics may be good, dude. But again, the challenge is execution. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping that they pull from it and execute it in that fashion, and kind of like how like Bates Motel did. You know, Bates Motel was great.
Yeah, Bates Motel was great, but at the same time, though, like I said, you have a franchise. This is my challenge. It's just like the Spider-Man series, right? Without no Spider-Man, Mobius, you know what I mean? Everything else. So if you don't have your icon, Mr. Jason, somewhat in there, you have to be able to pull it off so well, like the comics, that it entices people to go, oh shit. If not, it's gonna be one of those spin-off shows that nobody cares about. So I'm agreeing with you 100%, Marcus. Like it needs to be executed 100% amazing like the comics, but I don't see that, man. We're seeing less and less of that, and we're seeing more of indie stuff just pulling people, man. And we're big advocates for it, but when it comes to big productions now, I don't see it, man. I really don't.
Well, everybody seems to think that it will take off with her. They could succeed. So we got the Fantastic Oracle joining us. We got to think they too. Oh my God.
We got to think they'll too. We don't
Thank
know when she snapped after his death. I think it gradually built up to where she goes psychotic. There you go.
It happened before it happened before Jason even drowned.
I mean, I can say that I'm not super interested in like a slow burn. Will she go crazy? When she gonna go crazy? Because we just got through that with 5 seasons of The Boys with Homelander.
Oh my God, yes.
That I think we're all pretty much on the same page of that wasn't a fantastic finale. And especially with how they just paced it. It wasn't the greatest thing. Yeah. I dropped it to decent status from okay, and then it started at good. But yeah, no, I'm not super interested in another slow burn. Is she gonna go crazy unless they do it really well?
Yeah,
we'll see.
Bates Motel all over again, right? The Bates Motel was the slow descent, right? And I think that was like 4 or 5 seasons. Like, does anybody really have time for that in this day and age? Like, everybody wants their shit now, right? So we're gonna have 5 seasons.
Well,
really like that.
We didn't get Pennywise until episodes later. You know what I mean? Like the actual Pennywise the clown. But it was so action packed. The acting was amazing. The story was amazing that you were intrigued. You're like, okay, what is happening? Is this really Pennywise? Is it not? Obviously, it showed up. It was Pennywise. Then they did a intertwined of the multiverse of Stephen King, which is absolutely phenomenal. And then you get more reveals of this that it's not just a prequel. All timelines are happening at once.
Yeah, but like if you don't have the theater scene in the first episode of Welcome to Derry, or if you don't have the grocery store scene and you don't have a lot of those things happening before he shows up, are you still staying tuned in? Like,
no,
Crystal Lake, if there's no slasher antics until like two episodes before the end of the show, then it's gonna be dead in the water.
Yeah, I agree with you. 100%.
What is it coming out?
October, I think.
So I would say this: if they deviated from the comic, Marcus, like how we're all worried about, if they deviated from the comic and they did a slow burn per se, I would like to see a more in and out, like, she accidentally kills someone or she intentionally kills someone and then she feels bad about it, right? And then it's like a further descent into the madness, but it's actually continuously happening, right?
Yep.
I would like that more. But for like what Lukas said and everybody else, if it's a slow burn and like Dave said, it happens at the last few episodes, no, man, there's no way. There's no way I'm going to continue that.
Even that, so to play my own devil's advocate, that can still work if they make it, interesting. If there's something of value in the slog, then there's still something to watch. But it all depends on how they end it. Because again, my biggest issue with the finale of The Boys is the way that they ended it. It all just kind of wrapped up and way too cleanly. And I wasn't happy about it. We didn't see Homelander really per se snap, and that was like one of the biggest themes and one of the biggest drives throughout the whole series was, is Homelander going to snap? When is he going to snap? What is he going to do when that happens? That was one of the biggest draws of the entire show for me, because it deviated so far from the comics, and it was like it's a completely different entity. Can't even really call it an adaptation anymore, because it's basically just using the characters by name, and that's it's so far removed from I'll be a little bit of a more devil's advocate here. I actually kind of like the Boys comic. I don't like all of it, but a lot of the story beats in it kind of work. Especially the ending. Especially
you're not wrong.
The ending is
not wrong.
The ending is bombastic. It takes all the tension that's been building throughout the entire series thus far, and it explodes, and it's massive. Rather
literally.
Yeah, we got to fizzle out in the last episode of The Boys, which made me a little sad.
So will it go this way? So like the Fantastic Oracle puts out there, what I'm really interested in seeing what Jason has been up to since he supposedly drowned. So
Dead.
go ahead.
Dude,
Pamela got to die. Pamela got to die first. So.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No!
Yeah, because he witnessed it. She has to die, and he grew up.
But she dies in the 80s.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true. Yeah.
Yes.
You're right.
But here's the deal.
You're right.
Here's the deal. Remember, they didn't really specify because the shrine was Jason's. They didn't really specify if she was going crazy hearing Jason, or if it was really him embodying in her. Right? We never got that specificity at all until the remake. The remake, the 2008, if I'm not mistaken, he was watching from afar from all the stuff happening. I personally, and you guys can tear my head off if you want to, that this is fine because I'm gonna say some outlandish shenanigans right now. I personally am with Oracle. I would love to see if Jason was also doing shit on the back end growing up, right? Taking revenge, like killing people, right? I would love to see that, like a dual time, not really a timeline, but because it's the same thing, but a dual story of what Pamela was doing and what Jason was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe his killings, she thinks she killed somebody, but it was actually Jason, right? Making her go into the psychosis. I would love. I wouldn't
mind that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't love that.
Yeah.
It would be very interesting to see a parallel running together, tie it into the 2008, remake. I'm down for that, man. I think that would be dope. I think that would be a dope stance to do, and that's something that would entice people to watch the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Yeah,
so I'm with you, Oracle. I would love that.
I have faith in
Sarah's with you guys too.
I have faith in this show because
I don't think it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, I have faith. I think that the show's gonna do well. For one, you have Linda Cardellini. Like, I am a bit concerned if she's gonna protect kids. Like, I don't want to see that. But again, one still, that is not the determination of the entire show. Who is producing the show?
Missed it.
Who is producing the show? I still have not gotten that answer. What is this coming out on?
Amazon, HBO Max.
Is it HBO Max?
That gives me more faith as well, right? Because you have Welcome to Derry, Alien, which is on Amazon Prime. Even if this was coming on Amazon Prime, they give me more faith because both of those, which are horror TV shows, which are coming from franchise. I mean, other than Ramen,
Peacock,
really good. They were a little stale.
Peacock, that's Universal, dude.
Yeah, it's coming out on Peacock with A24 helping.
You know what?
Okay.
The other thing too is that little girl that they give the character's name is that Diana.
I did not notice that in the article.
So Diana is Jason's half sister who showed up in Jason Goes to Hell.
Oh,
she
right.
Was
interesting.
Well, you know what, man? She's looking at someone too, afraid. Mm-hmm. I would also like, you know what I mean? And Marcus, again, you're the one that read the comics. I didn't read the comics, but I would not put it past if his dad was doing shit like this first.
Oh, Elias was evil.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she could try to be protecting people from Elias.
Oh, no. Oh, are they going to make her a victim that goes off the deep end?
Yep. I guarantee you, bro.
But I mean, based on the comics, wasn't she? Isn't that what the comics are? Isn't that what the comics imply anyway? So it's not.
I don't know, Marcus.
Story.
I don't know. I'm just moving.
Pamela Voorhees is a victim of abuse from Elias, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like it's a new concept. That's the story.
But this isn't based on the comic book. This isn't like The Boys. This isn't like The Walking Dead. This is supposed to be its own story.
If they pull from it, though, still, like, pull from some of the source.
We also don't know if it's based off the comics or not.
I mean,
they haven't told us that.
Yeah. So, it really also just... I hope it just doesn't fall down the predictable route,
Yep.
I think that's
good call, Lucas.
Jason's dead. He returns.
Good call, Lucas. Yeah. That's a good one.
I don't know. It just I don't think any of us I don't think any of us want it to be, like, oh, I guarantee this is gonna happen in the next episode, and then it fucking happens. Like, I don't think anybody wants that. And,
nobody wants to be able to predict a story, but I don't know if that's. I still think
it's all up to the writing. Yeah, it really is just dependent on the writing of the show.
Let's call a spade, Lucas. I didn't mean to cut you off, but let's call a spade, bro. Like, it's it's not only the writing, like the direction, because how many things that we saw written very, very well, and we are like, hey, the concept's phenomenal, but direction and acting were off. Like, everything needs to be on point. And she's a phenomenal actress, man. Smoking hot too. Sorry, guys, but she is, right.
She's
and
a beautiful woman.
She is. She really is. And so, but like I said, she has a lot of things going for her, now, and she's a phenomenal actress as well. So I'm not afraid of her acting. I'm afraid of everybody else's acting, and the direction they're gonna take it. Right. That's what I'm afraid of, man, because this concept is good. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, we're having theories like, what's gonna happen. The concept is good, man. Let's just say it out there. The concept is good. But what we're afraid of and what we're saying, and I guess the negative Nancy light, is what we're used to, because we see the pattern recognitions. A bunch of us on here are ADHD, so we see the patterns very, very fast. That's what we're worried about. Other than that, if they do it very well, I think it can be a smoke show. I think it could be a great show. We'll see, though.
All right, we'll
I
end on
want
this question.
everybody to act like it's an 80s cheesy cheese fest horror movie. I want the full cheese.
Yep.
Like the concept is so
like in
dark
He-Man.
like
in He-Man. Give me my
dark and
80s
broody,
cheese,
but
bro.
Everyone's acting like Kevin Bacon in the first movie. Just so over the top.
Well, the movie takes place in the 60s, so it can't even have 80s cheese. It's got to be 60s cheese.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I want people like this. Hey, man.
So we'll end with the Friday the 13th conversation with this. What if they just do her for one season, they bring Jason in for the next?
I think the first season is you have to either lead into it or get to her first outing, and then the second season has to be where she dies, if that's how you want to play it. But I think there's 3 sprees that they mentioned in the first movie.
Well, yeah, there's the poisoning of the water, right?
Which is very quick.
Yep. There's the first campers that die, and then there's the third spree, which is the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, like that's how you got to do it. I think you got to do it from her perspective, building up to and then getting to the actual events of the first movie, but have it solely from her perspective instead of the perspective of the campers themselves.
Yeah.
Did they explain why the lake was poisoned? Or no?
She did.
I don't think
she did.
She
They didn't know why, but she did it.
Yeah.
So the Christies kept trying to reopen the camp, the family, the one dude's family, and she just kept finding ways to make it not work.
Yeah. And so what I'm saying is, I would love to see, like Noah's saying, Noah, you hit it on the head. This has to be like maybe that what we saw her protecting, her daughter from her husband. That's fine, right? Mm-hmm. But for everything else, it needs to be a descent into madness. See that she poisons the lake. See that she does this. But I really don't want, guys. I really don't. Especially, again, I know I'm mentioning it, and even though it's not a part of horror, I love that in He-Man, Skeletor's like, I'm a villain, and I love it. I don't want this woe is me, oh my God, sob backstory to poison the lake, and I'm just trying to save other kids, and I don't want to see any of that shit. She was batshit crazy in the first one.
No,
I want to see all of that.
State, that's what she thought that she was doing.
No, she was protecting Jason. Remember, she still said she was protecting Jason. Everything was about Jason. Mm-hmm. So, I want to see that psychosis, man, build up. Like maybe the first season's her poisoning the lake. Maybe the second season's her killing off the other campers, right? Like I want to see that, man. I don't need oh my God, I don't, bro. I'm tired of it. It's too much already. It's like it's overplayed and overdone, man.
Yep.
All
right. So I don't know if you guys had a chance to watch the trailer for The Colony when it was released, but it finally got a release date on August 28th of 2026.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
I ain't heard of this.
Oh my God, The Colony is the 4th film in the Train to Busan series.
The third.
No way.
The second sequel to Train to Busan after that horrible movie Peninsula.
Wait,
it comes to theaters. Look at this fucking shot, man. Oh my
God.
God.
It's incredible. It's an incredible shot.
Yeah.
Like you said, Dave. I mean, you had a bust as well, so
I hope they get back to like what Train to Busan did, because Peninsula was horrible, man.
I didn't even watch.
So yeah, don't watch Peninsula.
Yeah, don't watch Peninsula.
Maybe I probably look. So I think when we ranked zombie movies, Train to Busan was like number 1, number 2 in all of our listings and stuff like that because it is probably the best zombie film that's out there. The second one is more of a money heist type of film, right? I'm going to revisit it just because I love that first film so much. I'm going to come back and revisit it because the bar was set so high after I watched the Train to Busan. But this film here essentially is about a professor, Se Jung, as she is thrust into a terrifying hellscape when a mutating virus, I love Resident Evil, is unleashed during a biotech conference, forcing authorities to seal the facility to contain the outbreak. Se Jung and a group of survivors must fight to stay alive as the infected undergo horrific transformations. Now, you guys didn't watch the trailer. You didn't check out the run sheet. The trailer is in the run sheet. But the trailer is very Resident Evil. Very Resident Evil. So, like, this looks like it's going to be terrifying. And I'm glad it's getting a release here in the States. But that's going to bring me over to, like, one, I'm going to throw a question out there. Like, what zombie movie is the scariest infected of all time? But now let's think about this, right? So while you guys are thinking about this, here's my question to you guys. This is for those in the comments, right? So Train to Busan sequel, The Colony, comes out in August. A month before that, Evil Dead Burn comes out. So that means Resident Evil's coming out in September. That could either ride the wave of these two good movies, or these other two movies may be so damn good that when Resident Evil comes out, instant crash.
That depends on how good it is.
Yeah. I mean, the director is a big fan of the games. Like I told you, I don't want it to fail. Like, we don't want any indie filmmakers to fail. We don't want any filmmakers to fail, obviously. That's not a shtick at all. But the fact that it's a spin-off story, if you will, I would like to see he ties it into something that's happening, maybe 3, because he's in the city, you know what I mean? And Nemesis is in the city and whatnot. I would like to see that, but I think Resident Evil in itself, for us nerds that are big fans of the game and the lore, I don't think it's going to do well regardless, Dave. But I can see what you're saying. You know, these things could be absolute fire and bomb Resident Evil, but I think it's not going to do well itself due to the fact that it's not a part of the lore, which all of us Resident Evil fans have wanted the lore. Again, don't wish him any ill will. Definitely don't want another Resident Evil fan to get any, diminishing returns. But, I can just see it that way. Now, Evil Dead Burns looks phenomenal. I mean, the trailer looks fantastic. I was a big fan of Evil Dead Rising. I loved it. But now we even have so many questions because, they introduced there's only 3 books. But then this book looks entirely different. So is it a 4th book? Is it one of the books that got burned, right? And just the cover's burnt, and that's why it's black? We don't know. So, we are very intrigued
on it too, though. Like,
it looks. Yeah, it could be like it was gonna be destroyed somehow, and it's refurbished. We don't know. So we have a lot of questions, but it could be absolutely phenomenal. But honestly, Dave, to answer your question in a roundabout TED Talk, I really think that Resident Evil itself is not going to do well due to that it's outside of the lore, unless we're shocked in the movie that, hey, this is happening while Nemesis is happening in the city.
It's between 1 and 2. It's between 1 and 2.
I mean, granted, 2 and 3 are happening at the same time, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. So even if it's between 1 and 2 per se, like I said, the outbreak into the city and whatnot, if they tie it into the lore, cool. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Don't worry, guys. This new Resident Evil movie, it's led by our favorite main character, Gleon Genity. He's here to make sure everything's going.
Gleon Genity?
Scary movie.
Oh my god, I hate you so much. That's so funny though.
All right, I'm going to show you some clips from this, right? I'm not going to play the sound because every time we play sound on this damn trailers, we get dinged unless it's screen. But take a look at a couple of these scenes here.
I do have an answer to your question, though, Dave.
All right, we'll come right back to that. So we got this scene here of the transformation.
Looks great.
And then let me see if I can find it real quick because we get to see that mutated monster. Hopefully, it's this scene right here. Come on.
Oh, it looks great too.
Look at that,
great.
right?
Looks phenomenal.
This is more Resident Evil than what we've seen in a lot of Resident Evil movies.
Oh man, that's incredible.
Oh, wow.
Right?
It looks better than Evil Dead Rise with this mutated creature.
The Marauder, yeah.
It looks great. It looks great.
Yeah.
But you know what though? I've been saying this for a long time.
Long and unbridled. Yeah. They just have a long and unbridled history of making scary shit look really, really good.
It looks good. Yeah. You know what? It's just the visuals are great, but again, story, acting, the whole nine. However, people, man, Korean and Japanese movies are very underrated, man. You know, yeah, I mean, sometimes even the Japanese movies and the Korean movies don't make it into like pop culture, if you will, right? Very, very popular and whatnot. But dude, man, like even again, as an anime fan, the Rurouni Kenshin movies were phenomenal. The Death Note movies were phenomenal in Japanese, you know, and Netflix tried to adapt it and it wasn't that great. And even Parasite was phenomenal, right? So it's kind of one of those things, man, that this could be a hitter. This could be a banger, you know, coming out.
Well, yeah, look at it this way, right? So we saw Godzilla -1 get a theater release. We saw Parasite get a theater release. And if I'm thinking of any other Asian horror film that's really come close to that, I can't think of one. So like this one is getting a release too. So that says something. So
absolutely. And Godzilla -1 got 2 releases.
Yeah, that's right.
They got the first one and the black and white one to honor the original.
Minus color.
And we got -0 coming out. Which is amazing.
And I'm so glad we're talking about Godzilla because that's the one thing I wanted to talk about today. Because on Godzilla's birthday,
don't get him started. Don't get him started.
We'll talk about it in a minute. We'll come back to it in a minute.
No, we'll go on the rant. No, we'll go on the rant. Like, let us finish this subject first.
Yeah.
But but to answer your question, one zombie movie has the scariest infected of all time. Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. Again, I'm gonna catch some flack for this, but I think the World War Z ones were insane, bro. Like the World War Z, like being in droves of like an army type, you know, zombies that they're climbing walls, the whole nine, because it goes against every zombie movie, right? I mean, Zombieland spoofed it and it was hilarious, but they're like, oh, you need cardio, you need this, you need that, you know, to outrun them because they're slow and all this other bullshit. But then you have what happens with World War Z when you have superhuman zombies. That is insane. You know what I mean? So that to me personally is a scary feat because it's like, oh my God, what if no matter what you do, you know what I mean? You're in great shape. You know, you're good at you know, gun training, the whole nine, but still nothing matters because you got these droves of zombies just coming at you, man. And it doesn't matter, you know? So I think
that one for me, I would be safe because in World War Z, remember they left the people that had medical conditions alone, so I would be safe.
My pancreas.
Well, does my mutation count? Listen, does my mutation count? If my mutation counts, Marcus, then yes, I'm safe. Right?
It want nothing to do with me.
Thank God for having a kidney transplant and diabetes. Like, yeah.
Diabetes.
All right, Marcus, so you had an answer too. So go ahead, Marcus.
No, I was with Danny. I was going to say I'm torn between World War Z, The Infected, and 28 Days Later. Because they introduced fast zombies. Obviously.
Yes, they did.
Dawn of the Dead, 2004. You know, and then also the zombies in Train to Busan and Alive, if you've seen Alive.
Gotcha.
Because those zombies could climb. They were scaling the apartment building. Yeah, those zombies were crazy and alive, man. So
I'm gonna throw a curveball here.
Alone.
I got a big curveball coming. I'm gonna let the other guys go first.
Yeah, I'll give a big curveball here because this is, you know, it's still zombies, but still curveball. I would say the zombies from Resident Evil 0, because you remember you had those bugs that could infect you.
Yeah.
So like that was scary as it is, because think about it. You don't think of anything, and all of a sudden you got these fucking critters crawling around, and then you're infected. It's crazy, dude. So that's my big curveball.
To piggyback off of video games, because my answer was a video game answer. Left 4 Dead.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Noah. God damn. Yes.
You're just walking, and out of nowhere you hear. You turn your fucking flashlights off, and you shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but and again, Noah, if you didn't know, right? If you didn't know about that as a human just walking, you hear crying and it's a little girl that you want to save. All of a sudden, you got a horde of zombies on you, killing you. Yeah, man. Noah, I commend you. Yes,
Lucas, how about you?
I said World War Z before. I didn't know we were waiting. My thing with World War Z is that it's like I'm fairly certain that it's like life-threatening like diseases and stuff like that. And like
no, because remember the one dude just had a bang up
whatnot. But it's like
remember the one dude just had a bang up leg and the zombie just walked past him. It doesn't have to be life threatening.
You know what though?
Any medical condition. Like
if I'm not mistaken, hold on, guys. If I'm not mistaken, the other thing that we'll talk about video games and other stories and comics. Now, sorry, Dave, I'm going ADHD rant. In the Walking Dead comic, remember everyone was infected because they inhaled. It was just them breathing. That's scary as shit. But also, then I will have to add The Last of Us, because if you inhale those spores, right? Because remember, they could be anywhere growing because it looked like a plant. You're infected. That's it.
Can I say The Last of Us zombies real quick though? So there's actually been it's based off of a real mushroom called the cordyceps.
Yep.
They have been doing more studies and they figured out that they got it wrong with how they attack their host. They save the brain for last. The host is alive and aware of what's going on till the end of it. So for perspective, The Last of Us would be more accurate if things were running at you and swatting you and attacking you, and the people are telling you that they're sorry. That's the act that is like how that would look in human representation with the updated research that they have on the cordyceps. It's traumatic in a whole different way. Could you imagine you're getting beat down by infected individuals and they're crying because they're doing it? That'd be horrible.
So before we go over to a sidetrack topic, since Noah wants to talk about it, and then we're going to close out with Scream. But here's my curveball, right? Because you guys are talking about the infections and the spread and stuff like that. I'm going with the Reanimator, because those zombies, when they're reanimated, they're just wild. Like, they're not going after brains. They're just going ape shit crazy, destroying everything that's in their path.
Do they classify as zombies?
I would say so. They're reanimated zombies. They're reanimated people.
I don't know if the infection is partly like it classifies.
I mean, they're reanimated corpses.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always thought of like Herbert West as like a necromancer.
Well, it's even like Evil Dead falls under zombies too, and it's demons, but it always falls into that class of zombies.
Demons, they're not, I mean, but they can, I guess, and technically infect people, but it's like in a different way. But they're not zombies.
All right, so we got our first Stu Macher item coming up. I'm going to star that. That's coming from Edward. We'll come back to that shortly. We're going to talk Scream in a second, but Noah wants to talk some Godzilla stuff.
I do want to talk some Godzilla stuff. So,
wait, before you do that, Noah.
Yes.
I have to add to what you're saying. Yes, I do agree with you. That's more necromancy than anything. Necromancy can infect people and whatnot. I wouldn't consider that zombies. I would consider that necromancy. For reanimation stuff, that's definitely necromancy. But anyway, continue, Noah, Godzilla, because I'm a fan too. Let's go.
Yes, we are getting Godzilla -0 on Godzilla's birthday, November 3rd. And after it's been over 10 years since Atari and Pipeworks have brought this idea up of remastering the original Atari trilogy. And they're starting with this year. They're like, oh, hey guys, guess what? We're dropping it on Godzilla's birthday with the release of the movie. Rockstar is quivering right now. You know that Jordan Peele meme when he's sweating? That's them right now. They are fucked. And
he's been cooking that joke all day. He's been cooking that joke all day.
Bro, I am so excited.
He sent that to me. He sent that gift to me at least 4 hours ago.
I did. And they kept the original audio mechanics of the game, but they updated the graphics and they introduced Mechagodzilla 74, who is not in the game until Godzilla Unleashed, which was the last one, which is arguably shit because it was on the Wii and it was rushed. I'm so excited.
There's new stages as well. There's new stages and new.
Yeah.
I think there's at least one new creature or something.
Mechagodzilla 74 is new.
Okay, so then yeah, that's what.
And
they were
Noah,
talking about.
we'll talk on Geekly. A new game also dropped that I'm a huge fan of. So for you guys that are listening, dude, the new Gundam trailer just dropped for a new game, and it looks incredible. So we'll talk about that on Geekly.
Yeah, you
we'll
say that for
Geekly. But we were just talking about games, so that it just triggered the ADHD. Trust me, dude, we got a lot to talk about. But yeah, now I'm excited for Godzilla, man. I mean, Godzilla in itself is kind of horror, especially with the implications of Godzilla Minus Zero. Basically, Godzilla was a metaphor for us bombing Japan and whatever. But the fact of the matter is, in the trailer, you see like a super Godzilla, but it may be two Godzillas. We don't know, or when he how do you say it? When he healed, maybe split off into two. We don't know. But it's scary. It's scary to even think about a kaiju, two of them being there when one was already a menace in the previous film.
Anti-gravity fucking beams going through. Like, also, this pilot's fucking peak. Like, he's just like, I'm so excited for this movie. And the original Godzilla, the Gojira in 1954, is classified as a horror thriller movie, a thriller sci-fi. So it's a horror movie.
It's incredible.
And, yeah, it's based off of the bombings actually in Bikini Atoll, not the ones from Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah, did you guys see? By the way, did you guys see Monarch? Did you guys see Monarch? Which is the legendary Godzilla and King Kong. Dude, it was very well done, dude. I was intrigued. The acting was, I didn't like the acting so much. Obviously, Kurt Russell's a beast. He carries that thing on his back. But
Kurt and Wyatt.
Yeah, I was gonna say his son. Yeah. He plays a younger version of his dad in the show.
What's her name is in it too? Anna Sawai, right?
In the first and the second season, because I've only seen the first one so far, and I did very much.
I've seen both seasons. It's incredible.
Yeah,
dude.
I love it.
Hopefully, I'll get around to that. I'm almost done with Game of Thrones finally.
Oh,
coming up on the end of season 6.
Dave, you saw the downfall.
No spoilers.
These last
two downfall I was telling you about. But anyway.
I love the ability to not watch a show when I know it ends awful. I love having the free will.
Honestly, to bring up Walking Dead again, nobody talks about it, but like that ending is honestly just as shit as some of the other endings. Like that,
dude, the show was.
The show went off the rails.
The show went off the rails, bro.
I know,
dude.
Hey, listen. I will use this as a segue. So back in the day when we first started out in Nerdbox, which has been 5 years, we had a show called 5 Things.
5 years,
where we go over 5 things that you can check out or avoid. And this sounds like a perfect topic where we'll have a conversation on the 5 worst show endings in TV history.
I mean, 5 things. I was so excited when me, you, and remind me of his name. Sorry, Charlie. Yeah, me, you, and Charlie. Man, when we did this, man, that show was phenomenal. I loved our once in a lifetime hat trick that me, you, and another one who shall not be named, Voldemort, got into a hat trick that we didn't talk. It was phenomenal. I love 5 things. 5 things is absolutely incredible. You guys need to watch it, man. It's one of those things that it will get you guys interactive with us. Your top 5 things in the comments is absolutely phenomenal. I'm glad that
lots of arguments on that
bringing it back. Yeah.
Why don't we for one of our Howling Hour episodes we can do 5 things to kick it off?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of us on there.
I know.
But we could try. We could see if we can work that in there. Maybe do it for the charity event.
It's a ranking.
All right, so we're gonna switch over to Scream now. So we all know.
Oh boy.
The rumors are out there. People argued with me in the comments saying that it wasn't real, it didn't happen. But Kevin Williamson stated that they had shot an alternate ending featuring the real Stu Macher. But this was tossed out after test audiences went out and saw it, right? But yes.
No, go ahead. But I want you to pick me. Pick me.
All right. So Matthew Lillard recently went to a fan expo panel, a Q&A for those that want to know, and he was talking to Screen Rant about how that was shown to test audiences, and this is where it's going to probably piss a bunch of people off. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull up the comments real quick,
please,
and let's take a look here.
From the Slop Factory.
Yeah, well, so I told Kevin Williamson. We spent the entire movie proving that Stu is alive, and then if he doesn't come out that door,
you
are going to be bummed, right?
Thank you.
But he continues where he says, "We shot it. I will say when they showed it to test audiences, they showed it without credits. So they go to the end and they show me in a reflection watching a TV, and it didn't work.
Of course. It's a shitty way to do it.
Exactly. So, like, what the hell is happening here? Why is my comment staying there? So they screwed up the test audience by not showing the mid-credit scene as a mid-credit scene.
Give it to me. Give it to me, baby.
Go ahead. All yours.
All right. So I literally, guys, for you guys in the comments, which I love you all. Listen, I literally deep dived this with Dave. We talked about it many, many times. I watched the videos, and these are legit videos. This is not he said, she said. This is not internet comments. We literally saw these interviews, okay? When Kevin Williamson came out and said, hey, we showed it to the test audiences, and they were confused. They said, oh, it doesn't make sense. And so I was bummed out because I'm like, then they're not really true Scream fans. When Matthew Lillard was literally at a premiere, guys. This is not he said, she said. Someone asked him his question and he was very politically correct. But when you hear him, he takes a big sigh first before answering these questions. And it's really insane how this is, even if it's not credits, it doesn't matter if it's credits or without credits. That scene is just trash. How do you film that scene? It's a reflection of Stu watching a TV. That's trash. No, they needed to do better. And what happened is that for all of us Scream fans, even if it was shitty as they shot it, we would have loved it. Because yes, they hinted the entire time that he was alive. To have the bummer, oh, he's not alive, but to contradict that in a scene is perfect to lead into the new Scream.
Yep.
It is perfect to lead into the new Scream. And to, pull up Edward's question, sorry, because he had multiple things on there.
Let's see. This is the first one that I marked here.
Yeah.
This is his theory.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a theory that for Stu Macher, if whoever the new directors are and they continue his arc in 8, the reason why he goes after Tina, Mark, and Sid is because his reason why he was.
Yeah, he broke it down into 3 comments.
All right, let's look at the next one. Ghostface, the first time, and then again for the very second time, is because he felt trapped for the way that people treated him over the years, because they always thought that he wasn't anything. Then we got another one here, and that hurt his feelings, so then he snapped, and then he turned into Ghostface.
Sorry.
And then we got the final one, and they could also add it that what they did with the Seven, with the whole AI of him, he's sick and tired of all these other people acting like they are like him, and he felt like all these guys. And oh, wait a minute, where's the last part of it? And girls copying him and acting like they are all somehow better than him, even though they're not. Will never touch how good he was into the original show. That is how.
Oh.
So, like, before anybody answers, I'm gonna throw this up there. Stu Macher, should he stay dev? Yes, absolutely. No, bring him back. Depends on
no.
So let me jump in before Danny finishes.
Come on,
let me jump in. And I just got one thing. Like, Scream the series did it right with how they should have handled Stu. So if you saw how season 2, it was season 2, the Halloween special. Mm-hmm. They had the killer getting arrested, and the real Ghostface showed up in the prison or the county jail that they had him in, and basically said something along the lines like, "I'm getting tired of you like making me look bad," like the real true Ghostface. That's how they should have handled Stu. I like where that guy was going with it, where Stu could have came out and was like, "Look, I'm finna shut all this shit down." Like how we used to say, like Danny brought up, Stu coming out saying, "I'm burning all this shit down, all these copycats, all these fakes, taking out Sydney, taking out," like, he's just done and ready to just take out everybody and everything. That's how they should have done it. And I'm hoping that they would go that route with this one, but I have no hopes. Unless Radio Silence come back, I really have no.
Well, yeah, because the writers now have done TV shows and not even horror related.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dan.
I'm itching, bro. I'm itching. All right. Marcus, you nailed that on the head. But at the same time, our theories are way better. And even if they stole our ideas, man, it would make a lot more sense,
they did.
right? And I would be happy that they did. You know what I mean? You know, seriously, because you know what though, big production companies, they do this and they steal shit. That's fine, whatever. But if they did, it would make it a phenomenal movie that we all want. Stu, this is what I was hoping for 7, and I know me and Dave, debate on this all the time, is that when they said burn it all down, that should have been Stu snapping and going, just like Ed said.
That's
it
all
should have been him snapping, going, that's it. I'm tired of this. I'm the only one. I'm the OG. Let's go. And then not only that, because remember, me and Dave came up with this, and I love Dave for this. And Marcus, you were into this too, is that it's always Billy. What if Billy wasn't the guy? What if Billy was the fall guy, but he bullied Stu into being the fall guy, right? I love the theory that Dave had, that Roman had Stu first, told Billy, and Billy, because he's crazy, tried to take over the whole damn thing. Because remember, we had comments that Roman said, I didn't think they would take it this far, right? That could be Billy's, psychosis going, nope, I'm the star of the show. Let's do this, right? And I would love that Stu finally snaps, is like, no, motherfuckers, I'm the star of the show. I was trained by Roman. Let's do this. And that's why he was burning it all to the ground. So I would love that he comes back and really does burn it to the ground. That me and Dave came up with the theory, seeing multiple Ghostface come up, and it's actually Stu versus the other people, and killing off the other Ghostface and being like, Highlander. Nope, there's only one. Me, baby, the OG. Like, that's a more compelling story, and seeing that. Or, that he's the cult master, right? Those are the only two stories that make sense for Stu's character now. But the fact that they showed him like this, or they did it on test audiences, this is why you don't do it with random Joe Schmoes. Because the random Joe Schmoes are not the ones that's paying the bills, baby. It's the ones that, like us, that love the lore, that keep coming.
Yeah, because test screenings is anybody off the street, right? You take anybody off the street and they're watching the movie and they don't know the lore, then they're going to be confused. But absolutely, but also with how they put it, like, it's not a mid-credit scene. You go from the end to that. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because it's not cut to play that way.
Correct.
So exactly. It's just going to jump to another scene it's going to make absolutely no sense. The whole point of the break is to like, oh wait, there's more movie. What's going on? Because it's a finalization. But oh hey, we're getting something new. But you can't do that. Like, you absolutely kill the momentum of that entire scene.
That's why I kind of don't like test screenings, because of the fact it's an unfinished product. One, you don't have the complete score in it, or scenes might be out of sequence, or there might not be any LUT packages on, the coloring is off and stuff like that. So I get that you want to get a feel for the film and stuff, but I'm like, at least get it to a point where, like, okay, it's an easy fix if you want to change something, but have a finished product out there, for people to see, for that test screening, and have people who are into it. Like, if it's a franchise film, like Aliens, like Screams, or something like that, have true fans that followed the franchise from the beginning, where they could give true,
feedback
about it, because they followed it. So, like, one of the best test screenings I went to was the Long Walk, before it came out like 2 years ago. That it was a finished product. The only thing that was different was, like, some of the music was a little different, but the movie itself was a finished product. So when it officially came out, I already knew what it was, and I was like, man, I'm about to be fucked up again, because this movie.
Well, Marcus, to your point, you know this more than anybody, since you're a producer, my bro. When they do test screenings, is literally someone with a clipboard. Hey, do you guys want to see a free movie? You know what I mean? And that is bullshit, because again, with us fans that want this, all in, man, like that's not who you do. Dave, you nailed it on the head as well. Get the fans that want to do this.
No wonder they're taking any schmuck off the street. We're all in our fucking basements talking about it.
Well, no, Lucas, here's the deal though. like Dave and Marcus is saying, what you need to do is all these influencers that are very Scream heavy fans, and us and whatever, those are the people that you need to screen it, right?
Yes.
And Marcus,
Yeah,
Marcus,
with
yeah,
certain
and Marcus,
franchises,
you nailed it on the head. Yeah, Marcus, you nailed it on the head. Have a finished fucking product before you do a test screening, because honestly, man, that's how they used to do it back in the day anyway, right? In the 80s and the 90s, they used to have a full product. Hey, come see this. And then you would have the feedback, and again, my test screening, right, for Scream Behind the Mask is not going to be all these people out here. My test screenings with you guys and a few other people that want to, right, come in that are fans to see it. That's my test screening to see if we're really good. Because if not, again, your average Joe Schmo doesn't pay the bills. It's the fans that pay the bills.
Yep.
It's the fans.
That's like, so Lucas, to your point too. So like, if for the one film that we want to work on, right, it's a paranormal film. Why would we have anybody just come in to see a paranormal film? Not everybody
I was
likes
completely
movies, right?
joking. That was a complete joke.
Well, even if it's a joke, you nailed it.
Basement's talking about Scream.
Sir, I'm not in the basement. Thank you. I live in Florida. We don't have basements, so
exactly.
They have hurricanes.
But no, seriously, man. I to Ed's point, to all of our fans out there, man, for Scream 8. If the directors take it that route, that's the best thing they can do for the franchise, for real. Mm-hmm. If not, man, this is again is going to be another bomb, and then Scream is going to be like just like Halloween, because we all talked about it. Yeah, Scream is going to be just like Halloween. That you're going to have all these timelines, you're going to have all these stories that doesn't match up, and is going to confuse people, and is going to suck. It's one of those things that if you did have Stu finally come back in 8, he was the one that killed Dewey. He was the one that did all these things. That makes more sense than anything. Wrap it up in a tiny, pretty bow and be like, you know what? Let's give the fans what they want. Yep. He was there the whole time. He was the one that took out Gail's boyfriend, right? And almost killed Gail, right? Yes, and then you could make it even more sense that he didn't want to kill Gail because he still wants to string her along, right? Like, there's so many things that Stu the character can bring to this fucking franchise. Excuse my language, but seriously, his character can bring so much, man, that it's so underrated what these other people are thinking. Us fans come up with better theories of what's happening. I mean, our theory was Sam and Stu being Billy and Stu, finally, that she embodies Billy, so cool. And you finally bring back the actor to come back, and they're back on screen together. But it's really Sam. It's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal concept. I don't understand why these big production companies can't think of that, or even we said it, steal it from us. Shit, this is what we want to see. Please steal it from us. This is what we want to see on the big screen.
I really need to see.
I'm
you're good. You're good. No, because you're right. But I really need to see this test screening. I really need to see this test screening because I need to see how confusing it truly is. To really get a grasp of like what it like, because again, like even as fans going in, if that happened, like if I went in and they didn't have credits to jump to an end credits, I would be confused too. So
because you gotta right, like I only seen this movie twice, right? So you have the ending where it's Gail and Sydney talking at the end of the street and stuff like that. I don't think they really jump to anything else. So then your instant cut is to Stu watching TV. Like what is he watching on TV?
Yeah, that's
it makes no sense.
That scene's not a fadeaway. It's a pan out. It's a it zooms out, but it's not a that scene's not a fadeaway. So that means it just cuts to an old man in a couch watching a TV.
Yep.
Like that sounds really confusing. So like
I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't care about these movies anymore. It's hard for me to get
what? We got a lot of questions here. So I want them to bring the show back.
I want them to bring the show back. That's what I want.
I think Stu is bitter about never going to bed with Sydney. He could have thoughts on why he never did. I think because
they dated in real life. They dated in real life. So
yeah,
there's that.
No, he's an incel. That's his motive. No.
I don't
Not
think
another one.
I don't think Sydney was that type of girl because she saved, she was a virgin when she was dating Billy. So I don't think Stu had a chance. And I don't honestly, when you think of like Billy and Stu is probably too immature for Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else we got going on here, question wise. We got people talking about TV shows. I got to get because we had a lot of Scream comments coming in really early. So now I'm trying
Good. I'm glad. No, honestly, man.
Gotta watch Mad Max.
So I think Stu's bitter about never getting to bed with City. Well, here's the deal, man. The thing is, and hear me out. I'm so sorry to just hijack this. Hear me out. The fact that you had the line, I always had a thing for you, Sid. She could have, but it was never explained. She could have wrote that in the book, and so how her neighbor knew because she was obsessed with Sydney, sure. But that was never stated. So it explains so much that he's actually alive, and the bits that she was getting was actually from Stu. And even though this guy had the hubris, the coach or the janitor guy, whatever his name was, even if he had the hubris of, oh, I made all this with AI, if 8 explained that all that shit that she saw wasn't from him, and it was actually from some unknown caller, that is bomb. That it's Stu tormenting Sydney. I always had a thing for you, Sid. I'm coming for you, right? Like that is pure cinema right there, man. And the fact that they are not capitalizing it really kills me because, like Lukas said, you know what? We don't agree a lot, but I agree with you on this. All of us fans are starting not to care because, again, like I said, it's getting into the Halloween territory of just things being so convoluted that you're like, I don't know, man. Like, you need to really tie this in a pretty bow.
How excited I got when we did the Scream movie ranking. I was so happy to be ranking those movies. And I was genuinely like, I am a huge Scream fan. I love Scream. It's one of my
all of us are, bro. Come on, all of us are, bro.
But it's just the quality of these movies and the storylines of these movies makes it so hard to give a shit. And it doesn't matter how much nostalgia bait they throw at me. Like Matthew Lillard was going to be in this 7th movie, something we've all wanted for years. And a lot of us at the before this movie came out, we were like, "Oh, I'm happy with whatever if he's in this movie. As long as he's in the movie, I'm happy." That's what I want. And then the movie came out, and it was awful. It was awful.
And the reason why
likes it, but it was so bad.
But to your point, even that, bro, like we want it as long as he's in the movie, we're good. But here's the deal: they shitted on him so much. They brought Mrs. Loomis back. AI.
They found a way to
over
make
Jill of all people.
Yeah, Jill, dude. Listen,
no.
The only thing that could redeem this series, honestly, and this is my personal opinion, cut my head off if you want to, man. Cut my head off. I don't care. The only way this series is redeemed if they bring back only 2 people, for real, is Jill and Stu.
Yep.
That's the only way you redeem this whole thing. Because to have Jill saved because she got, shot in the hospital, and then the whole breathing apparatus that we heard, if this was Jill's mastermind plan, all right, I'm dope. I'm dope with that. Hell yeah. Because she is psychotic. She's really nuts. So, yes, I would say, you know what? We lost Stu. Cool. But we got Jill, and she's the mastermind behind everything. Cool. That would wrap it in a pretty bow as well. But just like every fan here, I'm more of a let's have Stu back for real, man. Everyone loves him. Give the fans what they want, and you're going to make a buttload of money. Come on.
If there was some possible way to go back in time and completely redo Scream 7 and have it with Stu in it, I would be interested in the Scream 8. And have it with Stu being an actual player in the story. Not just a reference, not just he's an AI on the screen. If he's actually a part of the story, then I would actually be interested in seeing a Scream 8. As it stands right now, I don't think I'm seeing Scream 8. I
That's
don't think
why
we've seen any other Scream movies. Maybe if they do a
movie made-
series again, maybe.
The movie made so much money and it's only in development now, right? That says a lot. Like that should have been fast tracked with how much money it made. It should be in production right now because they want to go early 2027. The year's half over.
No, it's not
and
coming
you're
out
not in
2027
production yet.
unless
This
they
ain't
do it
coming out.
later.
Yeah,
Unless
no,
they do it later.
they want the same time frame as the last two movies. They want it early in the year. You can't get it done that quick.
No, you're right. But what King Matthew is saying, King Matthew, that's what we're saying. To have Stu officially back and say that he was in 5, because again, spoiler alert for those of you that watched the first scene of our fan film Scream Behind the Mask, we literally state that Amber, who weighs 100 pounds soaking wet, kills a legacy character. Get the hell out of here. We make that joke because we're with you. That had to be Stu. and then to say what an honor is because Stu never got to off anybody that's a legacy character that we know. So that is an honor for him to be like, yep, I'm coming back, baby, killing everybody.
Yeah.
Well,
right?
what I like about it being part 5 that it returns is because 4 set it up so well. I know like 4's original direction was that Jill survives, then she goes on to college, and then somebody is coming after her under the Ghostface mask because they know what she did, which still fits into the Stu thing. But it makes sense because the cult was set up again perfectly in part 4.
Absolutely.
How she gets away with it, nobody knows.
I know Danny keeps bringing up the whole Amber thing killing Dewey, but nothing is worse than what Spyglass did with the AI of bringing back Loomis, Roman, and
Dewey, bro.
Because I was like, if you're gonna bring them back as AI, why are they looking like their normal selves in their age that they are?
Yeah, I know that's
the
so
younger version.
lazy too.
Yeah,
Bro.
that was just so lazy, dude.
Super lazy.
This movie was
super
awful.
lazy.
This movie was bad.
No, it was
well,
bad.
Here's Emo's nerd for bringing it back. They should make a movie where Stu's cult finds his body, freezes it like Michael Jackson, and comes alive like
I totally like the hints. The only thing I like to Scream 7. Sorry, guys, I fucking hated it. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it. I hated it. But the only things I like is we never found a body.
Yep.
The part in Scream 6 where it's a question mark if he's dead with Kirby, right?
Yep.
Like they gave us the hints, and I would love that he is actually the person that sketched all the stuff in the mental hospital, man. That's the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing that makes sense. He didn't die. He was a mental patient, and he escaped for real, and nobody knows where he is.
Let me raise
dude.
this question to you, though. If everything that you wanted, absolutely everything you wanted to happen happened in the next movie, would you actually feel good, or would you just feel empty? Like,
I would feel empty.
I would feel empty.
I would feel empty because it should have happened in 7. I would feel empty because it should have happened in 7.
Exactly. So
you know what I mean? But
this is my thought line on this.
We're here. We're here right now, Lucas. Like I said, we don't agree a lot, but we're right here. However, the thing is though, is that if these directors do a well job, you know, the acting is great and the writing is great. If they do a well job, then cool, we could tie it in a pretty bow, like I'm saying, right? And then finally we would feel something. But if they do a shit job and just bring them back just to bring them back, then yes, I agree with you. I'm gonna feel empty AF, bro. I'm gonna feel empty so much because we wanted this, and all of a sudden, finally, here you go. Shut up. You know, I don't want that.
No,
you need to make it compelling. Cheap. No, you're right.
Well,
we need to make it compelling.
That's what the struggle with going from 7 to 8 is, because it's so hard to go from this story that 7 created, where it's like Stu is dead. Like they're very heavy. Stu is dead. There's no way that he's alive.
Come on,
bro. It's a ridiculous thought.
It's stupid that Scream 7 script actually made it to production.
Yes,
that's what
and like from the storylines that play out, from Sydney's storyline to the whole neighbor, the whole like everything in between.
That's dumb. All that shit was dumb.
It hurts any potential for a story to push forward, because where are they going to go from that? This is like practically bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, but you know what? To your point, I agree with that. But again, if they do a good job to tie it, then we're good, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Again, but it has to be a fucking, like, literally the bar is so low right now for Scream films.
The movie has to be perfect.
Dude, yes, Noah, you hit it. It has to be so perfect that is like, oh, now all of this dumb shit makes sense.
Yep.
And the only way to do that is really to have Stu in the middle or Jill. That's the only way to really encompass everything that we wanted properly without being like, oh, all right, cool, man. Right? Like, I'm so flabbergasted.
Oh, yay. Stu's alive.
I'm so flabbergasted by
well,
this.
yeah,
man.
that's what's gonna happen. So, like, here, so another problem with possibly bringing Stu back in Scream 8 is, would Sydney even be the main focus?
She should be
in that cause.
She should be.
But it makes no sense.
Then what would be the point of Stu return?
No. I'll tell you how it makes sense. Seriously, I'll tell you how it makes sense. If you had Sydney, like, again, if you have Neve Campbell, this is her final movie, whatever, right? You don't even have to kill her off, right? But have one last showdown that it ties everything, every storyline, everything. You tie it together, then yes, this makes sense of bringing Stu back. However, like King Matthew is saying, if you don't, then what's the point of him returning, right? Even if you made Tatum, her daughter, the main focus, it has to be to finally get to Sydney. It has to, because this is his love letter to everything. So
it could work another way, but it's not going to happen.
Dave, it could, but not the way we wanted, man. I'm telling you right now, because you and I, Dave, are always on the same wavelength, but I'm telling you this. This is the only way to make it a full-fledged thing. And again, I am begging. Listen, if Spyglass, Universal, all you guys that own Scream, if you're listening to us and you heard it here first, guys, you've been hearing this first through on the channel always. If you literally bring Sam back and you literally have her as Billy and Stu for the final showdown, that is Billy and Stu back on screen, and is literally Skeet Ulrichsen back on screen with Stu, because Sam fully encompasses him. And now you don't have her anymore. It's literally just Billy and Stu on screen, having the final showdown with Sydney to end her story, so we can get spin-off stories. That is the best way to go. The only other way, like I said, is that Jill comes back. It was her all along, because she's just nuts. So that's the only other thing that works to finalize Sydney's story to get spin-offs. That's the only way you do it. The only way. But other than that,
the other way that Stu would come back is going after Sam. But we saw Melissa Barrera's
I wouldn't
comments.
see that. No, I
know,
wouldn't see that.
But I'm just saying, we saw Melissa Barrera's comments, and we know Jenna Ortega's loyalty to Melissa. So Tara and Sam are likely done unless they're recast.
No, I understand that. But listen, Jenna Ortega coming back and Sam coming back would be great, but you don't need both of them on screen for this finale. Because, like you and I said, Dave, all you need is Sam back for this. All you need is Sam back for this to have spin-off stories, right? And so the fact of the matter is, if you really, really, really played it well, you can have spin-off stories after Stu's story is done. If it had Sam back, and that is it. You don't need Jenna Ortega in this. I know that she's loyal. I get it. But if you split it, if you really want to split it into what we're saying is the cult or many other copycats or whatever, all you need in this final one is Sam, and we're good. Right? Even our theory that Sam is the illegitimate child of Sydney was phenomenal. You know what I mean? Actual Campbell, what up, dude? But
I love that theory.
Even have Sam as the illegitimate child of Billy and of Billy and Sydney. Dude, that is what a French kiss to wrap it all up, dude. Come on.
And we even made it make sense with how that would tie into. We made that make sense very easily.
Dude, we had so many ways to make it make sense. And it's just like, come on. How the fuck do you not do this? It's
I'm
insane.
gonna quickly throw up our poll
Neglect.
again. So like here, real quick. So should Stu Macher stay dead? Put 1, yes,
100%.
absolutely.
See?
2 in the comments, no, bring him back. And then 3 is depends on the explanation. So
Comment, guys. Comment on there. We need more comments. It helps the channel. We love you guys. We want to continue to do this. Please, it does help the channel when you interact with us. Tell us your thoughts. 1, 2, or 3. All of it helps. Please.
Hey, so I wanted a comment on somebody's comment. The crime scene was saying that Williamson openly confirmed that Stu was supposed to be gay.
Yes.
So the truth is, no, he wasn't gay.
Thank you.
Kevin Williamson said he didn't intentionally make him gay because they were based on because I just pulled it up. They were based on Leopold and Loeb. He said there was homosexual tension. He wrote that it was homosexual tension in between them, but they weren't gay.
No, so, it was just best friends. It was kind of like Gaston and Lafleur, right?
Yeah,
it's like that, right? They're not homosexuals, but it was there that they were like this. They were intertwined.
There was homoerotic tension in between them. Yeah, there was homoerotic tension in between them, but yeah.
But if you really think about it, you know what I mean. I'm not opposed to that at all.
No, I'm not either.
You know what was really about though, if you think about it, if you really think about how the story played out, even in the original, everyone had a thing for Sydney. Sydney was even if she was the girl next door, it didn't matter. Everyone had the thing for Sydney.
Yep.
So to have that, you know what I mean, have that tension, sure, that's cool. But everything was about Sydney. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, that this psychosis for all the characters that we have could really, really play out if they did it well, man. I like, Dave, you know this, Marcus, you know this, you saw, and Noah, you know this as well. You saw what we came up with for this film that we're doing. We know all these in and outs. Like, these characters are intertwined at all costs. You know, whether it is, homo or heterosexual, doesn't matter. Like, we have all this tension. It's just like, let it play out properly. That's all we're asking. Let it play out properly, and we're good.
Yeah. So I'm going to be getting back to doing regular videos again on the channel, because work on the board game is calmed down a little bit. We're going to start doing some film stuff. But I released a video, and Melissa hits on it here. Seriously, though, he repeated the line. Who else would have known?
Thank you.
He said that? They were the only two there at that point.
That's what I'm saying.
This is the last video that I dropped on the channel. Is like, realistically, Scream is the best of the worst franchises out there for a horror movie.
Yes, I will agree with that.
There are so many gaps. Like, we've all fixed the gaps, but there's so many blaring gaps in it now. And to Melissa's point here is like, how does every single Ghostface have the same exact voice modulator, speaks the same exact cadence in every film? It has to be a single source, or it doesn't make sense.
Yes,
there's so many gaps in there.
Actually,
yes.
So I do have an argument to that, because like, if you really listen in each movie and you listen to Roger Jackson's voice, he actually mimics the actor who's supposed to be the killer at the time of the voice.
Okay,
with certain cadences, so he does switch it up. He actually does switch it up.
I do like that, Marcus. I do agree with that. However, I do like that fact, Dave, that everyone's mimicking the source material, right? Because remember, I think we're all forgetting, like everyone in the audience and everybody else, we're all forgetting that these guys are fanatics of this thing that's happening, right? So to mimic all these things that are happening, it plays into that. That's why you need to watch Scream Behind the Mask when it comes out. Because
the voice modulator, we've seen since Scream has come out, voice modulators change. They change, they develop, and stuff like that.
Sure.
Who heard Gail never heard him speak. So where is the voice modulator coming from in 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6? Well, nobody survived but Sydney. So you think Sydney's going out there and saying, "Hey, this is the exact voice modulator"?
No, exactly. but at the same time, though, if we do pinpoint it to Roman being the first, sure, right? If we do pinpoint it to Roman, cool. But that goes into, again, the psychosis of fanatics of scary movies, right? You're like, all right, we have to mimic this person. And so it's all a copycat, if you will, of the
You're
original
still
killer.
not telling me how it's getting done, right?
No,
because
no.
nobody's heard the voice.
Sure, but what I'm saying is this, is that if Roman did train Stu or Billy, right, they would go with that cadence. And then at the same time, though, then you have people that are fanatics like Richie and everybody else that know, okay, this is how it's done, especially that they made a movie off of it. And whose word are they going off against about this stuff? It's Gale. They're going off of Gale's word about all this stuff, right? So that could play a big part into, again, tying it in a pretty bow.
Yeah.
I would love to see Gale a part of the cult. I mean,
yeah, it works.
It's the 90s, and they still are using the same voice modulator, just with like the modifications in the neck, right? Like where they have like the speaker.
Love that.
But Scream 4 through 7, they have the same voice box. Like they use the same voice changer. That feels a little weird. I mean, like,
does it though?
Like they are fanatics. So I mean, like, I guess you could say like, oh, they're trying to find the exact one that was made in the 90s that the original people had. Like, yeah, sure, but it's not explained. More than likely, it's just like it's a thing. It's a small little detail that can technically be considered a mistake in the franchise. But
but Noah, I would give you this, and this is terrible. Obviously, terrible writing. Because it is terrible writing, right?
Yeah.
I would give you that, hey, they use a voice modulator and everyone bought the voice modulator, whoever's in this cult or whatever that we've been theorizing it, right? And that's why it's the same voice.
Yep.
Other than that, again, is it terrible writing? Absolutely. It's terrible writing. But you could blame it on, oh, this is the voice modulator. This is why it sounds all the same. However, the only person that I would say that is different, because again, story-wise, again, it's not a great story, but this is what ended up happening, is Roman. Because Roman had a voice modulator that copied everybody, right? So that's the only one that I can say that kind of like derails is a fucking kink in this whole thing. However, no kink shaming. But anyway, however,
we don't get youngs.
We don't kink shame here, baby. But honestly, I can see that, hey, it was in the news. If Gale really put it out there, which again would prove our point that Gale is a part of this, is that, hey, this is the voice modulator they used.
Yep.
And then now everyone buys it. You know what I mean?
420, end with 5, you're good. You don't need to go any further.
I'm the only one that likes 6. I'm the only one that likes 6.
You are the only one that likes 6.
You're the only one that likes 6. Listen,
I like 6.
And you're the only one that likes 7.
As much as I hate to admit this, and God damn it, on this channel, you heard me say it, folks. As much as I love to admit this, I agree with Lukas more on Superman than you like in Scream 6. I'm just saying, and I don't even agree with Lukas.
Again, but if we're talking about it, which one was worse, 6 or 7? Scream 7 was worse.
Oh, yeah.
Who liked Scream 7?
Nobody. Dude, listen, the only thing I liked about Scream 7 is that they went back to the roots of the Halloween
Nobody here liked Scream 7.
No, the only Halloween tropes that they went back to in the original, sure. I love that more than Scream 6, but dude, if you told me to pick, for real, between Scream 6 and Scream 7, as much as I hate to do this, I pick Scream 6. I pick Scream 6 all day.
They intentionally looked at the cameras and said all of our theories are bad, and you were bad for thinking of them.
The only thing I liked about 7 was seeing some of the locations where I grew up in Atlanta.
Boo!
They filmed in Conyers, so that was it. That was it.
Danny, what are you talking about? You're forgetting that he liked Scream 7. He was defending it.
Wait, that's right.
That's right.
Boo you too.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Scream 7. This man likes Scream 7.
Boo, both of you.
That's because it burns everything down to start the franchise over. Let's take a look here. So, Edwards, I got a theory for Stu Macher and Jill return, since we didn't got Jill, Mickey, and Charlie as AI. In 7, you can bring back Stu by him being the leader of the cult with the other 3.
Nope, that's still trash. That's still trash. Sorry, guys.
Well, Charlie wouldn't work with Jill because Jill tried to kill Charlie, and I don't know. Mickey got a lot of shots to the chest. It's possible that he could live from that.
Hey,
but I
50
don't.
Cent
But
got shot
Charlie,
9
No more
times.
AI.
Yeah, how many times did 50 Cent get shot?
Not everybody's 50 Cent. He lives on spite.
Hey, Mickey is
Fighting
my favorite.
cold.
So hey, I love him.
I just don't see Charlie working with Jill if he lived.
You know what? Look, that brings us back to Ghostface rankings, and I'm just gonna quote Lukas. Mickey was a fucking joke, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, pretty much.
There are definitely worse ghost faces, like all of the ones from 6.
All right, so we got King Matthew. If you want Gail to be revealed as part of the cult, you could even tie in her not showing up to the final act of Scream 7. Sure, Sydney left fast, but Gail had a car and could have caught up with Sydney easily.
You can tie her in before that.
Sydney running?
You literally can tie it before that, man. You can literally tie in Gail before that, which we all have on this channel again.
For running over
again,
the ghost face?
Dude, I don't understand why, man. Honestly, like all these channels besides us, we come up with amazing theories that could have been in the damn movie. Steal it from us. We don't give a flying F. I'm
Gail
trying to stop the
ties-
F-bombs.
You can tie Gail back all the way to the first film. So,
Dude, you could tie Gail into Scream 4, especially when her and Dewey were getting close, with Sydney and Dewey getting close, right?
Yep.
Like, I don't give a flying, you know what? Because I'm trying not to get us demonetized. But seriously, man. Yeah, but seriously, man, like, no. If you want to tie in Gail into it, you could tie it in way earlier, like Dave is saying. It's crazy that they haven't done that yet. And even if Gail wasn't a part of it, the storyline to make her seem like she's a part of it would be phenomenal. You know what I mean? That's how you entice people. You get them sucked in. You know, it's just it really does suck that we never seen any of that, man.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
If you go back to the first film, you have Gail who's defending Cotton, right? She knows for a fact that Cotton's
Absolutely.
innocent, right?
Absolutely.
How I kind of pitched it was like in one of the popcorn theories that we did is like, hey, Gail had a relationship with Cotton Weary, and then Sydney's mom comes along, wrecks that, and then she launches the plan where it's like, hey, Billy and Stu, go ahead and take care of this, and she's trying to get Cotton free, right? Because there's two things that happen in Scream 1. When she comes into the party, her and Stu, they're like, Stu's like, oh yeah, yep, Mama's here, right? And then she plants a camera, right? She plants a camera in the house. What happened to the camera? Nobody ever talks about any of that footage.
Nope.
And she was always using footage and hidden cameras.
Always.
And stuff like that. She was always tech savvy. So Gail definitely can be
Absolutely. And I would love the fact that we got it all wrong, right? I would love the fact that we got it all wrong. That was never Billy and Stu. It was Gail the whole time. Like,
Agatha
that right there is a big oh my god twist.
I love that.
What the F? And it comes in.
What was Agatha all along?
Yep.
Yeah, sure. But you know, I'm
so
just saying, man,
even just look at Gail's whole story. Her entire story started with trying to get a story from wherever the hell she was going to. Like, she heard about like a murder, she was immediately interested, she was immediately going for it. So even if she wasn't behind the first set of like the first movie's, you know, ordeal, after that she could absolutely fit in as a mastermind for all of that stuff going forward.
Oh yeah.
Sure,
now,
man.
to bring it to Joshua Brooks, like we were saying, we didn't really kind of answer this question. I think Kevin sabotaged the test screening with Stu.
Oh yeah.
And really wanted to work and make it confusing.
Absolutely. I agree 100% with that, Josh. I 100% agree with that.
What is the point of people like Five Nights at Freddy's? I'll bring it up again. Five Nights at Freddy's, now Scream, and all the other franchises. What is the point of bringing Matthew Lillard into this franchise if you're not going to capitalize on his ability to fucking perform?
Yeah.
Like in the second movie, he's a literal shadow of Five Nights at Freddy's. To get upset with that, he's a literal shadow for 5 fucking seconds, and that is it. And then the only scene that you cut of his that would have mattered the most was his fucking idea as well. What is Hollywood's obsession with booing?
Well, also, I stayed to the end of the credits of Five Nights at Freddy 2, and you hear Skeet on the phone saying we were partners.
Yeah,
we were partners, and all of this
that's more
stuff.
from the game.
Well,
And
the big
I see that as well. But like again, I don't fucking care because that movie was trash. It's like Scream 7. Like they just bombed.
Five Nights at Freddy 2 was better than Scream 7. Sorry, dude.
Doesn't mean it was good. Does not mean it was good.
It doesn't mean it was good.
The ending.
It was better.
7, just saying.
The ending of Five Nights at Freddy, the first one, everybody erupted in the theater when Matthew Lillard said, "I always come back." Right?
Literally.
Everybody erupted in that. That's
Yes.
to show you the power of this man in a horror movie.
Dude, you know what? If we could get Matthew Lillard on Screen Behind the Mask and I have to do reshoots, I would, dude. I would absolutely do it. Even though it's,
Matthew,
you'll see. I don't want to ruin anything, but you'll see.
Even
about
though
our
I'd have to
movie.
rewrite the whole movie.
No. You'll see after our movie, right? You'll see the universe that we actually play in. Dude, if Matthew Lillard was like, "Hey guys, I want in," I'd be like, "Yes, let's just do it." Like, honestly, man, it's insane how they did not capitalize on all of this, right? Like Dave was saying, everyone erupted. I always come back. Dude, I would love it. I would love it.
I went like that. I was like, yes, he does.
Yes,
Bro,
man.
the knife swipe too, and he's like, I didn't actually mean to do that for Scream. It just felt natural. It's like, of fucking course it did, you silly goose, you.
Hey.
So emo nerd girls, I don't think this works anymore. Bring Sam's mom into the mix. I think
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't
Because
work unless you do the diary thing that we theorized here. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. If the diary wasn't really Sam's mom's diary and it was really Sydney's diary, then that's how it works. But other than that, nah.
You know what you do? You know what you do? You're for Scream 8, you open it with Sam's mom being killed, and then at the end you find out that Sam killed her. She's like, well, she's not really my mom. That's you.
Yep. Cool. Hey, Dave, what movie are we talking about, by the way? What
Which
movie
one?
are we talking about? Our movie? What are we talking about?
I don't have it anymore. I can't do it.
Boo!
No!
Boo this man! Boo!
Yep. I lied! There it is!
Hello? What's your favorite scary movie?
I hope you're not expecting me to say Scream.
Oh, why not?
The franchise recycles material over and over and over again.
You know, anything could happen.
Woo!
Have it, but he actually got
He
you with the
did!
ending.
Oh, fake out. So yeah, guys, listen, man. The fact that I showed Dave and Marcus this, again, for them to love it, for them to say, "Hey, this is a Scream movie we always wanted," to say that was phenomenally done, dude. Just put it to you this way: my entertainment lawyer saw our first scene, which you can find on Rise Productions YouTube channel and also Nerdbox channel. The first scene, he was saying how well it was done for an indie film, and I'm telling you, we're trying to give the fans what they actually want, man. And I hope you guys watch when it comes out, once we figure this all out, the challenges behind the scenes. But man, we're trying to give you guys what you guys want, and I'm telling you, the theories that we came up with is phenomenal. If you watch it and you like our film, you'll love it. I'm telling you.
Not only is Danny bringing back storytelling in horror movies, but he's also bringing back colored horror movies.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So,
Oh my God. See, now we have to talk after this.
Oh, no.
But
we'll talk a little
Marcus
bit.
knows what I'm talking about.
I'll just do a selfish pitch really quick, guys. The first scene that you see on our channels is not fully color corrected. It was like a legit placement holder for the color correction when I was doing this. And man, the cinematic stuff that we've done with this film is absolutely incredible. You see, colors. Not only that, you see the things that we want to see in a Scream film. I'm telling you, you're gonna love the twist. Marcus, please tell them what you told me about the twist of this story that we've done.
Nah, I mean, I'm saying we haven't had a good twist like that in as far as the realm of Scream probably since maybe Jill. I would say Jill. Yeah, I would say Jill. And the way that it's done is not like too obvious, and it'll throw you off. But but it's great. I mean, it was handled well, and as someone who was a part of the project that wasn't on set, as a fan of the franchise, I really enjoyed it. So yeah. I think the fans
so Marcus was a producer on here, Dave was a consultant, and I showed them the script. They loved it, but the execution of it, when I got their feedback, and Noah, you were a part of that too when you saw it. When they saw it, when they told us, holy shit, this is what we want out of a Scream film. For them to read the script and know what was going to happen and then saw it and be like, holy shit, we did not expect it the way it played out. Mm-hmm. This is what we're talking about, folks. This is what we're talking about, that we need in an original Scream film. And this is why I say, Spyglass, everybody, hire us, man. We will put this back on the map. We will make sure that all of this is tied in a pretty bow, man. Even if fans hear our theories and hear like, yeah, we know what to expect, it's not how it's executed. It's totally entirely different. So, boys, I thank you guys always promoting our film and always, telling people, this is what we want, man. This is what we want.
All right. On that note, I think we will close it out.
Hold on. One last Scream news, though. Dave, you'll let me share my screen? Can I share?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Got 40 minutes added to this podcast. Just
hold on. Let me see. Screen. Let me see. So, boom. Just announced. Y'all see it?
Not yet.
Oh my God.
That's so cool.
So we're imitating Art the Clown now. That's great.
But, as somebody who is getting into sewing himself and has a partner who's even better at sewing, this is a new sewing project for me.
Look at that. Even the white mask with peppermint mask.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Man. And has a NECA collected.
Yeah. NECA's trying to drift its fans.
Like, you just have all your horror characters in different, like, in Santa outfits. You got Art, you got Ghostface, and then I'm sure they'll come out with more if they haven't already.
Hey, right. Dave, give me 2 seconds. I wanted to ask you this because we talked about it on Geekly a little bit. I don't know if you heard the news this week, but crew members, we could say
it was the art director. Yeah, it was the art director.
We could say, Dave, we could say cast and crew, but honestly, if you want to get to the nitty gritty, call a spade is actually crew. That they were literally saying how Obsession was making so much money and they felt like they were underpaid and all this other jazz, and they're actually boycotting Obsession. So we just want to hear your thoughts on a horror podcast. Like, what do you honestly think? Because it is unfortunate, they signed a contract the whole nine, but they are literally going on all social medias saying how they should be paid more because it's made the amount of money it's made.
Unfortunately, Markiplier started a bad trend where Markiplier gave everybody bonuses for the success of his film. And honestly, me and Marcus kind of talk about this on the side about other things. I would be giving bonuses out. So it's like, yes, you made this amount of money. This is all profit. Now people get bonuses. It's like honestly, it's like any company that I've worked for, right? Like any company that I worked for outside of this, if your company makes enough money, while sure, you're not guaranteed to get a bonus, you should do right by your crew.
Okay, let me ask you this, though, because we actually touched, even though Geekly is not the place to do it, but we touched on this a little bit. We know that the director sold it to A24, the distributors, the whole nine, and it's not the director's fault, right? He sold it for X amount of money. Now that they're making the money, it doesn't go to the director or anybody else. It's all distribution.
Yeah.
So your viewpoint, what do you think that crew member in particular, or multiple crew members, should have done previously, or what should they do now?
Oh, well, they should have negotiated to get points on the back end.
Yeah. So here's our thing. She only had one credit. She only had one credit prior to this. It's the art director. And now she done got blacklisted, I think they said, or she's on her way to being blacklisted because like everybody is saying, like, you knew what you signed on to.
Yep, exactly.
Signed a deal memo.
Made $7K on this film.
Yes, about $7K.
You went in.
That's not a small amount.
No, for an indie project, it's
that's what I mean.
peanuts.
Yeah,
You knew what you were getting into on an indie project. You went in thinking like it was a typical indie project that wasn't going to, do that well. Why not flip it and use this like, hey, I was a part of a groundbreaking film. More people are hiring me because I did such a good job on the set in my position. Why not? Why don't I use this as my calling card for other gigs? Everybody else on the crew is doing it.
Yeah, so if you put it in that perspective, if I was working in movies, like, oh man, like Marcus said, it made this amount of money. I'm fat. I can talk about being a part of that project. Yeah. But on the flip side, me from a management perspective is like, hey, we made money. I would follow what Markiplier did, and I'm giving out bonuses.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have to give out thousands upon thousands of dollars per people, but you've made the money. You should release rewards, and people say, hey, here you go.
But Markiplier is distributing it himself, though, so that's also another thing. The money that's being made went to Markiplier because he's distributing the film himself, digitally and physically.
Yes.
So. And even with the film itself, like getting across the different, he did all that. Like he did that.
I know that. So it doesn't matter. Like, where is the profit going? The profit.
That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah,
that's what I'm asking you, boys.
Yeah.
Well, all of us are indie filmmakers, so that's why I'm asking you, right? And especially for our viewers that may be indie filmmakers themselves, right? Do you think, because again, the director sold it to the distribution company, he really did. So the distribution company is making all this money. He's not. Yep. So
this is how the waterfall works. Like,
there you go.
The box office, once the vendors, the theaters take their half, right? Distribution gets their cut, right? After distribution, any sales agents, like if it was sold internationally and everything like that. After that, it boils down to 50% goes to producers, 50% goes to the executive producers who funded the film. Whoever funded that $750,000 gets 50% of the profits coming in moving forward.
Sounds fair.
So distribution have been paid off. The rest now goes to whoever funded that $750,000, and then the rest goes to the producers, who I guess will be Blumhouse, because they bought it from Blumhouse and Universal bought it from Curry.
And I will say this, like, my take of being a nice guy, and that's the way I would do it. There's a reason why most nice guys don't make it that far in the industry.
What you're saying is,
oh no,
nice guys. They look out for other people, they get screwed.
Well, but what you're saying about bonuses is perfectly fine. But in the context of the situation, it doesn't.
No, it's contract. You can't ask for more money. You contract.
Yeah. But also, like, Curry Barker doesn't have the money to do that because he's not getting that money. I mean, he got $10 million from selling the project.
You said they're boycotting the film, not Curry Barker.
No, they're not really boycotting. They're really, honestly, let me retract my words. I apologize. They're really boycotting, but it's more of trying to bring awareness, right, to this. And they're saying, oh, we worked X amount of hours, 12 to 16-hour days, and all this other jazz, and blah 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 blah.
That comes with the territory. I think anyone that's getting into the business should know this stuff.
Thank you, and I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100% because even if our film, right, even though it's a fan film, we can't make profit. Yeah. Even if someone was to pick us up, yada yada yada, it's one of those things that it's out of our hands unless it's self-distribution, like Noah said.
Yeah.
If we self-distributed, yes, I would definitely be like, all right, you get a bonus, like Oprah. You get a bonus, you get a bonus, you get a bonus, da-da-da. But when it's out of your hands, why would you shit on your director rather than the people that are actually in charge making this money?
Yeah, the person just cost themselves more money because not only will they not get hired for other films, but there's lots of other things that you can do in horror. So they just don't know the industry, their genre that they're in. Yeah. But with that, I'd say we call it a wrap, and we will talk to everybody next week. Don't forget to drop a like on the channel, subscribe, share us around. We appreciate it. It helps us a lot.
And be sure to check out Bounds for Stream the Players.
There's a Saw game coming out.
Oh, wait.
That's it.
What is it called?
Yeah, scan the QR code. Scan the QR code. Go ahead, scan the QR code and go and support. So,
Lucas, do it the other way. Other way, point the other way.
This way. No, this way. This way. Yeah.
Dave, point the other way.
I was pointing
right at her. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Scan the QR code, guys. It helps us out a lot, man. Dave and all of us here at Nerdbox, man, we partnered with them, and it's been a phenomenal journey. So please support. We need your support as more than ever for this board game. I mean, blood, sweat, and tears went into this.
Get back in that costume.
Absolutely. And on top of that, it's a board game like none other, man. It is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I've seen everything at HorrorCon in New Jersey. And again, to have the full cast, to have Lukas and Melissa as player 5 and 6 on there, you know, it's absolutely phenomenal, guys. Please support as much as you can. Please.
Yeah. All right.
It was majestic.
And with that, we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Bye, guys.
Some of us will see you on Friday because we're going to be on Geekly talking about geekly things.
Yeah, thank God Heel Danny went away.
I want to talk more about God of War because that game is getting me back into the franchise. The new one's getting me back in. I really want